Recently, we listened to a gentleman talk about how much he loved and adored his wife. However, after the question was asked, is he willing to put his wife's happiness over his own? His face turned a little sour. He didn't quite respond, and I found his reaction to be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, in our last blog post, I think we talked about a thriving marriage isn't built by choosing whose happiness comes first. It's built on two best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who we choose love, we choose to serve, and we grow together every single day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know that happiness changes with the circumstances. And that's why we say marriage is a commitment. It's not a feeling because I know sometimes I don't want to be married. I mean, I love you, but I mean, it's just a feeling, right? And so I don't act on that feeling because I'm committed. And so if we act on our feelings, I don't think anybody would ever be married. I don't think anybody would have any kids. But it's but it's a commitment. It's a commitment that I want to stay married to you. I want to be married to you. And so my happiness is not built on the way that you make me feel. It's based on my commitment. Did I say myself?
I don't know. We just went down the rabbit hole on that one. Um, I'm at loss for words. So, given that, have there been seasons when you naturally carried more of the emotional load, you think?
Yeah, I think it's a give and take. So things happen in our lives. When you got laid off before, and it end up happening on your birthday. I stepped up and I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna make this a good birthday, and we still gonna make it happen. And so I had to take a step back and say, instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" It's like, nope, we gonna celebrate today. We gonna celebrate you. We gonna worry about whatever happens in the future, but today it's all about you.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, there's been plenty of times where, sometimes it's not all about me,
Hmm.
and I put myself aside to make you happy. But I think I do that a lot as well because I'm more of a easygoing person
You
than you
are.
are.
You are.
And you're more of this is what I like and this is what I like to do and this is gonna make me happy kind of person.
Yep.
Where I'll be like, eh, I'll just go with the flow. Because there's some things you do. I'll be like, I don't want to do that, but I know it's gonna make you happy.
Like the museum.
Like the museum, and going to see historic facts in a town that we probably get maybe hung in, but
Well, we
but we
survived.
survived. I think I do put that aside because I know it makes you happy, and I like seeing the smile on your face, and I like to
Yeah.
see how much joy it brings you.
Hmm.
But there is a line there, right?
Yeah.
I don't put my happiness aside
Hmm.
um, to fulfill yours all the time,
Right.
but I do want to make you happy. So there's a happy medium, a compromise. And as a friend, you do stuff
Hmm.
um, that some stuff that you probably wouldn't do on your own,
Yeah.
and you expect that back. And so I believe that when you're there's a happy balance in between that and being friends and being best friends. I'm like, okay, I know and I trust that you're going to sometimes put your feelings aside, your emotions aside to make me happy.
Hmm.
And in turn, I'm gonna put some of my emotions aside to make you happy. And sometimes, I end up enjoying the things after I put them aside and we try to make you happy. Like, oh, this ain't so bad.
See? Yep. I enjoy that. And so I like that you said, you put yourself to the side, but that's not being selfish, right?
Mm-mm.
It's giving. It's acts of service. It's serving it's serving your spouse. And so it's not, so just because you're giving to me doesn't mean that you're taking away from yourself. You still
Exactly.
have you still have the things that you do, the things that you like. But then there's times where you're like, okay, well, she wants to go to the museum, so I'm going to go to the museum. But that's not taken away from some who you are. So I
Hmm.
do appreciate that.
And I don't be like, well, go by yourself either.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of relationships where the spouse would be like, okay, well, I want to go do this. Well, you can do that on your own. That's not a give and take, y'all.
Yeah.
And just send your spouse off to go, and that's when you start. Hey, they might meet another person while they're at the museum. Oh, you like the museum? Oh, look at this art piece. Start conversations and whatnot. And you're not there because you know what? You didn't want to serve your spouse.
Yeah.
You didn't want to, experience things with her and enjoy. Because we always talk about, in the very beginning, you brought together because you're like, oh, we're just alike, or not just alike, but we have so much in common.
Similarities.
We like these things together. But as you grow throughout your marriage, you start moving, like start liking different things. And you have to learn to start liking those different things with your spouse in order to grow together. And if you don't experience them and you don't have those experiences, that's when you start becoming lost.
Right.
And so I believe it's very important in a relationship to try to, sometimes put yourself aside to make make your spouse happy. And like I said, you might end up liking it yourself.
Yeah, and that builds your emotional connectivity. And I think it also reduces resentment over it because, I've seen those spouses that you talked about where one spouse like, I don't want to do it. And the other one they go by themselves and then they start resenting that spouse because, I tried to do this with you, but you don't want to do this with me. And so now you're keeping score and you're keeping record. And we know that that's not love according to the Bible. So
no, it's not love. It's not friendship, right?
Yeah.
Because, you make sacrifices for your friends sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's especially a big thing in marriage. So, make sure that you're, gauging yourself, engaging, what your spouse likes, right? And, and be in tune with the new things that they want to experience, not just the ones that you want to experience.
Yep.
And be able to be open in your relationship in that point.
Especially for those that have been married for quite a long time, that's kind of stuck in that rut, stuck in your way of, well, she do her thing, I'm gonna do my thing, and vice versa. Start thinking about, should you put your spouse's happiness above your own for that second?
And it also translates to the bedroom as well.
Oh,
I mean, because there's gonna be some times that your wife is gonna want some, and you be like, "Oh man, I'm tired." And there's gonna be some times that your wife's gonna be like, "Oh, geez, I have a headache." But I mean, making those sacrifices sometimes, and I'm not saying it's a sacrifice to make love and have sex
we gonna get some comments
with your spouse. But what I'm saying, there's going to be some times where it's an emotional need, right? Intimacy is, and sometimes those the sexual desires are going to be different, and sometimes you have to put that aside to satisfy. Like I like satisfying my wife, but sometimes I'm tired as hell. But
that's when I'm on top.
Yeah, we do make it.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Just go. Come on, listen.
But when you get there, it's like, oh, okay. But it translates over to in that way as well.
Yep. So again, should you put your spouse's happiness above your own? So think about that. And then we have a challenge for you for this week.
What's the challenge?
The challenge is to complete one challenge this week, and that is think of one thing you could do for your spouse that would help you or to help them feel loved.
And that challenge is something that normally that you wouldn't do with your spouse, that that they like. So we challenge you just to say, hey, no, if you don't like going on a nature walk, but your spouse does, and you've always told them no, I challenge you to go with them and say, hey, babe, let's get up Saturday morning and let's go down to the park and walk the trail.
Yeah.
You might find that you enjoy it. Definitely gonna make her happy. But put your things aside. We have our brother-in-law and our sister-in-law. To my brother-in-law, get on that boat. She wants to go on a cruise. Get on that boat. Suck it up. She gonna love that one.
Yeah, most definitely. He will not. So if you don't know, then ask your spouse. What can I do to make you feel loved, and then listen to their responses, and then follow through, and just express your appreciation for them before the end of the week.
Yeah. But and marriage is not about deciding whose happiness matters more. It's about making each other happy. It's never going to be 50-50.
Yep.
It's all maybe 60-40, 70-30. We always say that. But it's just about knowing that my spouse I know that my spouse likes to see me happy, and I like to make her happy too. It's not a one-way street.
Yep, because I know that I'm your best friend.
You are my best friend.
Yes.
Oh. So that's it for this week. You know I was just as part of y'all. But click, subscribe, push the button, like, do your thumbs up, visit our website, My Spouse, My Best Friend. Did I miss anything?
Yep, and while you're on our website, go ahead and download your free blended family reflection worksheet. So if you're in a blended family or you're about to be in a blended family, we have a dynamic worksheet that'll kind of help you with some reflection questions. And so again, visit our website, www.myspousemybestfriend, for that worksheet.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.